Welcome back to Majestic Collectibles. This is the May 2024 podcast. I did not do one in March. I did not do one in April. And honestly didn't want to do this one. So let me explain. As you might suspect at this point, eBay is the main villain here. Not much going on in March and April. And when I mean not much, I mean sales cratered. And last 2 days, I think I've sold 4 packages, so 2 packages a day. It's like, ugh, you know. I've come to determine, which I've known this, I just denied it. I've been in denial, is that I am now like millions of Americans all over the country that are working for an employer that does not care for them one bit, does not appreciate them, makes incredibly poor decisions on a regular basis, and I'm trapped in the job. I've got no options. I could sit here and threaten like a lot of people do to quit eBay. I don't have that option. I don't have it. And you know, my goal at this point is to figure out what to do. I mean, obviously I can do some cleaning up in my office. I get it. It's a pit, but it is a working office. I guess I could back myself in a corner like some other guys do and hide out and make it look neat. But there's the reality, folks. Let me tell you, over that way is even worse. So we're not doing that. But like a lot of other people trapped in the job, you know, you're trying to figure out how to get out without cutting your own throat, right? And I do have some options. None of them are very good. One of them is right here. This came through on April 21st. This is from Mercari. And, you know, you can cross-post now. And I'm going to read this to you because I don't want to get it wrong. Let me see here. Now you can import up to 3,000 of your existing listings from eBay in just a few clicks. This is not supported in app or mobile web yet. Grab the URL of your listing or storefront, which I have. I have a storefront. Head to the listing import page on Mercari.com. Enter your URL, spell that right, and select your delivery options, which I'm guessing is how you want to ship the packages, right? Click import and wait for the listings to appear in your drafts. Review your imported drafts before you list. Since there are now 0 selling fees on Mercari, you can now offer more competitive prices on our platform. Learn more about 0% selling fees. So, of course, there's a caveat here. This feature and Mercari are not endorsed or affiliated with eBay. Well, no kidding on that one, right? So, there's one option. And I've been on Mercari about a year. I haven't had a ton of luck with it. They have made a few changes. I mean, the 0 seller fees, you know, are one of those. I still think they're a little clunky. And their shipping, which they've added ground advantage now, I believe, for 1 pound and under packages. USPS ground advantages. So I'm going to try it because I got nothing to lose. So I work for commission for my terrible employer. So I can't just cruise on out and kind of sleepwalk through it. You know, they're not that dumb. So I'm not drawing a regular paycheck. So when I'm selling, you know, 2 items a day, I don't have a lot to lose, man. I don't know what else to say. You know, I don't have a lot to lose. Shows have been actually really good this year. I haven't done a lot of them. Got one coming up on Memorial Day in a couple of weeks. Flea Market in Spirit Lake. We'll see how that does. But the other shows earlier in the year have been really, really solid. You know, at the high end of my expectations on it. And that's always great, right? So back to eBay, complaining about eBay. So I think eBay's in trouble here. And I think they know it too. So their last quarterly report, and I know not everybody reads the numbers because they're kind of boring and dry and stuff. They had 1% growth, you know, basically, which sounds like, well, okay, could be worse, right? Amazon had 12%. I don't know what Walmart.com had. Mercari, I'm not sure if they had any at all either. But overall, that 1% growth is not impressive. And then their stock dropped. I looked at it just before this, and it's up a little bit today. But I thought, well, this really wasn't bad news. Why would the stock drop? And something interesting popped up with eBay. And I can't remember if I found it on Yahoo Finance or I've got an account with Charles Schwab. I might have seen it on there. But anyway, last year, 2023, eBay spent hundreds of millions of dollars to try and grow the company. Now, they didn't say specifically what they were doing. It certainly wasn't improving their technology much or taking out ads. So I don't know what eBay did to spend those millions of dollars. And evidently nobody else really did either. And they got 1% growth so far out of it. And I think that's done a lot of damage. They're cash poor. And basically we're floating, the sellers are floating the eBay ship. And I think the sellers are getting real tired of it. We keep getting blindsided by things. Like the postal discount, which is optional. You can opt out of it. I've already done that, so it really didn't affect me too much. And then you've got this new cancellation policy where if they find it lower priced, they buy it from you, and you can get a message from eBay saying the seller or the buyer wants to cancel because they found out a lower price. Do you want to match the price and give them a refund, or do you want to cancel the order? Now, this has not happened to me. I have seen just a few screenshots. I think it's only maybe in the last few days, maybe less than a week. So I haven't experienced this myself. I wonder how they found the lower priced items after your purchase. And I don't think there's any great mystery that eBay showed it to them, And so eBay's blindsiding the sellers again, the guys that are paying their bills, and they're finding new and inventive ways to just bludgeon the seller into the ground. I've had two, and this is another eBay thing. So I got two dings on my seller account in the last 2 weeks. Both lies, both bad buyers. And one of the buyers bought a magazine, sent it back as incomplete, which was a lie. And then they said the person that was pictured on the magazine, it was an old movie star magazine, wasn't on there. Well, it was on there because I sent them a picture of the table of contents, so it even had the page. So they read it or photocopied it or did something with it, and they were done, and they wanted their money back. So, I was a library basically on that one. So I ate that one, which I said, no, I don't want to give you a refund. Anybody says, oh, no, you can, we're going to give you a refund anyway. And then I had another one that opened up a case against me. He wanted a return because it was late, which was the USPS fault, which is fine, whatever. And I said, sure, go ahead and return it. And he didn't return it. Then he opened up a case. And then he said, whatever it was, I had to send him a label. He couldn't print the label or take it in. I'm like, okay, that's weird. So I sent him a label. I bought one, prepaid label, sent it to him. And whatever happened, I don't know. The case closed in his favor. It did come back. But I'm like, I don't know what else I was supposed to do. I even called eBay customer service, in quotes. And this has only happened this one time. This is like 5 days ago. So I called customer service. I'm like, hey, this guy had the QR code. He could have shipped it. I followed all the rules. Well, that's not the way we see it. Well, you're blind, so okay, I get that. But anyway, the screaming kids in the background. So I'm talking to this customer service lady from eBay, and she's very polite and helpful. I could hardly hear her. There's like, toddlers, playing in the background. They weren't crying. They were like playing and messing around and stuff. And I thought, wow, this is the new eBay, right? The super professional eBay, where you got screaming kids in the background of your customer service calls. And I've just given up. I have absolutely, one of the most worthless things on this planet right now is eBay customer service. And all the profits from eBay, if you look at them, the last 2 quarters have come from seller fees. So they've come from me and other people like me, right? And I've kind of had enough of it. If I jump through the hoops and the stuff works, like I get sales, I do it the way they want to, and I do. And then you get ripped off by the bad buyers, and then you get, customer service is useless. I'm just like, this is not a company that is well run, has a plan. They've kind of lost the plot on it. I think they're in trouble. I think it's similar to what Microsoft has been doing. If you're not up to date in video games, they shut down a bunch of video game studios and they're cutting things to the bone. Well, eBay's already done that. They're later in the process. And I think one of the reasons their stock's in a little bit of trouble is because where do they go? They spent hundreds of millions of dollars last year and they got 1% growth. So I don't know. At some point, somebody's going to have to take some responsibility being held accountable at eBay on the top end of this thing. I don't know. It never seems to happen. Not just eBay, everywhere. So I don't know. That's kind of where it's at on eBay. I'm still adding movie posters from the movie poster collection. If you've seen the other YouTube videos, I'm getting to the point now, though. I'm probably not going to be able to list a whole lot more because I got those curled up ones. They're actually right behind my fat head. You can't see them. Well, you can kind of see them. There they are. The poster packs there. See, poster pack. I got 5 of those boxes, and they're curled so tight. They get damaged when you handle them. So I don't know. We'll see. I'll have to get those flattened out somehow and open them up, and it's going to be a while, is what I'm telling you, because those are really hard to deal with when they're like that. I'll probably pop 2, maybe 3 of the poster packs open and try and flatten them out all at once, because otherwise this is going to be drawn out for a year easy trying to get that stuff straight. So we'll see what happens there. I picked up, I don't know if you saw it, I got a real nice little G.I. Joe collection. Got some Masters of the Universe in there. Picked up some Transformers, early 80s Transformers. Pretty good shape. One was broken. There's a few small things missing on some of them, but overall pretty good collection there. So that's been kind of the state of that, and of Mercari. Well, I'll keep you informed. We'll see how that goes. I don't have high hopes for it, but at this point, I might as well try that there. Other things I'm seeing going on, I'm getting a lot of calls for collections now. Guys, I know you're not watching this, but please don't call me on Beanie Babies. Please don't call me on 90s Barbies, especially out of the box. I'm getting a lot of calls from a lot of people, and it's not good stuff. It's not collectible stuff. Some of the stuff was never even collectible to begin with. It's just junk. A lot of cut glassware and things. But I'm thinking the economy, this is a sign that things, maybe they're finally right. Maybe things are finally slowing down, because usually I get 1 or 2 calls a month, and I'm getting probably 2 to 3 calls or emails or messages a week. Problem is, it's nothing, it's nothing I deal with. It's nothing I want to deal with. It doesn't have any value. The antique mall is doing okay. I think the attendance has been down a little bit. The number of shoppers I've seen is maybe not quite as robust. Weekends are still busy. Numbers wise, it's probably lagging behind last year, but not a lot, maybe 10-15% down. We've had some really bad weather though, and I think that's really messed it up. So now that the weather's starting to warm up, hopefully dry up. Had a lot of storms through here, so hopefully that'll dry up. Temperature will be up. I think we'll probably see a rebound there. I don't know. So this is where I'm kind of winging this thing as usual. This is why I didn't really want to maybe do this month, because I don't have a lot to add to it. It's just been very blah, as far as anything goes outside of that one G.I. Joe action figure collection. And I did get the movie poster collection in. But that's more of a grind. I mean, there's a few good ones, but that's really grinding it out in that kind of borderline deal listed on eBay, $15 to $20 items, if you're lucky, and then you usually have to discount a little bit to get somebody to buy them. So it's kind of borderline stuff there, and that's kind of all I got. So nothing incredible, nothing fancy, nothing exciting. I'll let everybody know how it goes. Follow me on YouTube, Facebook page too. I post the videos on there. You kind of see what's going on. Otherwise, I'm just prepping for the flea market season. I've got Memorial Day. I've got 4th of July. I've got July, I believe, 27th. I've got Labor Day. And then in the fall, I haven't decided this yet, so maybe I'll get some feedback from you guys. I already got some feedback from my friends at Coley Collectibles up there in, bug bite, in Minnesota. And I think I'm going to try and run a buying show in October of this year of 2024 up in the Fairmont, Minnesota area. So if you happen to be a viewer or familiar with the area, I'll probably be up there for, 4 or 5 days, usually a weekend at a hotel, and then I drive around and look at collections, and we'll see how that goes. I haven't had a terrible one yet. I've had some that have been but nothing bad. And I haven't done one since Jackson, Minnesota. I think it's been 3 years ago now. So it's been a while since I've done one. So that's probably the only big news, and that's not set up yet, so I don't have a location or dates or times. But that's something I'll probably be after Memorial Day, certainly before the 4th of July. So certainly by the end of June, I'll have those details worked out, and I'll share those again on the social media and the website and everything like that. So that's it. Wish I had something more and exciting. So I appreciate you watching and tuning in. If you've got any more topics for podcasts, hey, send them my way. I can't think of anything other than these kind of monthly updates, and even now it's been a little weak on the last couple of months. It hasn't been much going on. So give me a holler there. Leave me your questions and comments, and thanks for watching.